This is the Forza Horizon 5 auction house. And through all these brands of cars, there are over 100 that do not show up on the auction house for sale. And the reason for that is because they are so incredibly rare, nobody wants to sell them. So today we're gonna be going over the most rare Lamborghinis in Forza Horizon 5. And at the end, let me know down below how many of them you ended up having. But let's go ahead and dive into the first one for today. And the first one on the list today is the Lamborghini Huracan STO 2020 edition. Now this is definitely the least rare of the four we have on our list today, seeing as yesterday I was actually able to get it the first time I searched for the auction. That being said, there was only one up, so there's a chance I got very lucky. But most of the time, if a car is incredibly rare, you're not gonna get lucky enough to see it the first time you search. So this car is rare, but that being said, if you put your mind to it and you really want to get it, I'd say in under 10 minutes guaranteed, you'd for sure be able to find it. It looks a lot like some of the other Huracans in the game, and in my opinion, it actually kind of looks like the Sesto Elemento mixed with a Huracan, but maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I know nothing about cars. Let me know if you agree with that down below. It has a pretty underwhelming top speed, and you're not going to be taking it to any events for racing, but just for a collector's piece, it's a pretty nice car. But let's go ahead and dive into the next one on our list today. Next up, we have the Lamborghini Aventador J. And in my professional opinion, and I am a professional, this is the ugliest car on our list today. It's a convertible. I don't really love convertibles. Look at this rear view mirror. If I can get into first person, what is that? I get it. There's not really anywhere else to put it, but there's also zero windshield. Like, look at that. This is a weird car. You drive through a pack of bugs, it's over for you. Now, that being said, speed-wise, it is better than our last car, and it is much more rare than our previous car. I've only ever seen the one show up on the auction house. Obviously, I snagged it, and I haven't looked since. Well, I did look yesterday to make sure it was still rare, and none showed up. But when I was searching for this car, it took me about 15 minutes to find it. And that was a few months ago, and it hasn't released since then, so I can only imagine it's going to be much more difficult to get your hands on. It handles okay. Again, it's no race car, but I don't know. Let me know down below if you have this car, and if you know when it released, let me know. I really have no idea. I feel like this car just one day it existed in the game. They didn't release it. I don't know. That's how I see it. But let's dive into the next car on the list. Now, I was torn whether to put this car at this spot, but I am going to put it second to last. It's the Aventador SVJ. And the only reason I'm not naming it as the rarest car on this list is because it has released a few times. And if you don't know the story behind this car, it's actually the first time that Forza had a major issue with cheaters in their game. This car released back in December of the first year the game released, which I think was 2021. And modders were able to get their hands on this car early because it was in the game files, and they flooded the auction house with the Aventador SVJ. And obviously everyone wanted to buy one. I made videos about it. They were very popular because it was a car that wasn't technically in the game yet, that everyone was able to get their hands on. Now, that incredible story mixed with this being one of the newest Aventadors they've ever added, and how fast it is, it's a very good race car, honestly, and an excellent drag car. All these things have made it incredibly sought after. But that being said, once this car has re-released, everyone wanted to get their hands on it. No one's selling it anymore, but I know a lot of people out there do have this car, so I can't put it at the #1 spot on today's list because there are just so many in circulation. The only problem is no one's really looking to sell them because they're not selling for 20 mil right now. Forza locked the price a little lower. But it is my favorite Lamborghini in the game and one of my favorite all-time cars in the game. Let me know down below if you agree with that. But without further ado, let's dive into the final Lamborghini on our list today. And what better than the Lamborghini Gallardo Spider? This car has released a couple times to the game, but I don't think people really know or knew it was that rare when it released. Now, it is a convertible again, They're not my favorite in the game, but it is just a beautiful Lamborghini at the end of the day. It's not incredibly quick, but there are significantly less of this car in the game than there are the Aventador SVJ. So if you have your hands on this car, count yourself pretty lucky. I did put a few up for sale in my previous video, and they sold in seconds. So people are really looking for this car. So even in the off chance that you're on the auction house and you happen to see one pop up, you pretty much have to auction snipe for it because it will go incredibly quick. And I can't blame them. It's a beautiful cruise car. They had this exact car, not the convertible version, just the Gallardo in GTA 5, and it was my favorite car to drive over there. It's just your classic Lamborghini. But it is the final car on our list today, so let me know, how many of the 4 did you have? There's a chance you had all 4 of them. Let me know which car brand you want me to do next. If you enjoyed this video, we could do Ferrari. There's tons of rare Ferraris. Or we could even do hypercars as a whole. Let me know which rare cars you want me to cover. We'll see you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.